Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is finally here, week 1 Serie A. Who's excited? I'm all giddy. Some interesting matchups this weekend, some tough games for some big teams. Bologna Milan, Udine Juventus, Monza Inter, and some big returns. Scamacca versus Sassuolo, Carlos Augusto versus Monza. It's going to be very, very interesting. Obviously, Napoli start their title defense. Who did they start at? They start at Frosinone against Frosinone, the winners of Serie A B versus the winners of Serie A. Very interesting matchup, guys. We did the Serie A preview, the predictions. I predicted Frosinone would end 20th. There's a reason. They haven't done much calciomercato-wise to reinforce this team enough to be a Serie A team. And I don't think Napoli is going to let this one go. I think they're going to win. Yes, there's no Varacella, but I think their team is too good if they play like last season not to win against Frosinone. Unfortunately, the Serie A debut for Frosinone will be not a good one against Napoli. Obviously, there's the factor of Garcia. Is he going to have this team in hand like Spalletti did? Did they keep that team mentality intact? We'll see, guys. Kim is not there, but Napoli overall, guys, just too strong for this Frosinone team. And so Saturday, 12:30, first game, Napoli versus Frosinone, Frosinone versus Napoli. I think Napoli wins this game. Empoli versus Verona. Verona losing a few key players, including Tameze. Guys, Verona saved themselves last year on the last day, spareggio against Spezia. Empoli looking to do better than what they did last year. They still kept Baldanzi, which is very good. They lost Parisi to Fiorentina. But overall, guys, I think Empoli is a better team. So I am giving the win to Empoli. Inter Monza tomorrow afternoon, Saturday afternoon, guys. Interesting matchup because this is one of the games where Monza could possibly deal a surprise loss to Inter. That is what the app predicted. If you didn't see the prediction, go check it out on the shorts. But I gotta be honest, Carlos Augusto versus Monza as first game is also very interesting. Inter this preseason, guys, in their matchups have done very well. They have one of, if not the best midfield in Serie A, hands down. Fratesi, Barella, Mkhitaryan, and Çalhanoğlu can dish out so many passes and score so many goals. They can also break down the plays. They're very good overall, guys, in all aspects of that midfield. They're very creative and they'll definitely help the forwards score some goals. That is one of the key, if you want, question marks on Inter. Can Thuram and Arnautovic with Correa be as good as Lukaku and Dzeko last season? So we'll see. Lautaro is a certainty for sure. Palladino from the beginning for Monza could be a game changer as well. So we'll see what happens, guys. It's going to be very interesting. But I think Inter will win this one at San Siro. I don't think they drop it on the opener, guys. Genoa versus Fiorentina. This one I'm interested in. Why? Because Genoa, guys, the big return in Serie A. They've had a tremendous calciomercato. Messias, Torsby with the winter, of course, Retegui. I can't wait to see him play against the Serie A defense. How will he react? Today they signed Malinowski as well from Marseille. So a very upgraded Genoa team to remain in Serie A. Now, they might not win this game against Fiorentina because Fiorentina did some great moves as well, including adding Infantino, Parisi. They added Beltran up front. They got rid of Cabral, but that doesn't really matter, guys. So I think Fiorentina is going to win this one, but it's going to be a lot closer than what people expect, guys. On Sunday morning, Sassuolo versus Atalanta, the big return of Scamacca in Serie A, but not only a return to Sassuolo. Guys, Sassuolo's team right now, with the loss of Fratesi, I don't think they really replaced him. Then there's the Berardi issue. He wants to go to Juve. They said no. He is sort of removing himself from the team. I don't know what's happening. I don't think they win this game. Atalanta, I think, have built a very good team. Yes, they lost Højlund, but they kept Scalvini in defense. Their midfield is very good with Coop Miners. They added the Catellera as well. And I think with Scamacca up front, guys, it's going to be a fun season for Atalanta. So let's wait and see what happens. But I think Atalanta wins this one in Sassuolo. Roma versus Salernitana. Guys, I think Roma loses this one. I don't think they're ready for this game. I gotta be honest. Their offseason has been very rocky in the sense that everybody expected a better calciomercato. They signed Awar, they signed Ndika, but then it was dead. Like nothing happened until like maybe mid of last week when they announced Paredes and Renato Sanchez. They lost Matic. They didn't replace Abraham Ziest up front. There's a big hole up there. Can Belotti support the offense? I think they're going to add somebody by the end of this calciomercato, but against Salernitana, who had a good Serie A season last year, guys. Don't forget, the year before, they had to go on this miracle run to save themselves, but last year was consistent throughout the season. They got their points, created some surprises for some big teams, and I think they can repeat this season. The same thing, guys. So watch for a Roma loss this weekend. Udinese versus Juve. Juventus, the advantage of not playing the European Cups, it's going to be big for them. Chiesa is finally back, seems 100% or very close to 100%. Vlahovic seems like he's going to stay finally. The Lukaku deal fell apart. Wea seems like he's already in game shape. That midfield, guys, remains to be seen. McKennie had a good preseason, but we'll see during the season how he goes in Serie A. That defense, to me, is still a bit shaky. Bremer, Gatti, Danilo, if somebody gets injured, but we'll see. For this game, I think Juve is going to have a tough game against a very good Udinese team as usual. Guys, Udinese is always a tough team to beat, guys. So not an easy game to start with in Udinese. So I think Udinese Juve, a draw. I'm going to go for a draw, guys. Lecce versus Lazio. This is another one, guys, where it's never easy to play against these small teams on the first day. Don't forget, when you start the Serie A season, everybody has 0 points. Everybody thinks that they can make the points, and everybody wants to make the points. So Lecce versus Lazio. No Milinkovic-Savic. The big question mark, can Kamada, Rovella, and everybody else that they add make them forget Milinkovic-Savic. Milinkovic-Savic was the heart and soul of that team, guys. So we'll see how Sarri ends up dealing with that. They still had one of the best defenses. They remain the same couple of guys. They haven't changed much. So Lazio should be decent. I think they overachieved last year. But I think against a Lecce team that will go down in Serie B. So I think for them, it's going to be a win. Lecce losing a few players, including Colombo front, who scored some nice goals for them. Yilmaz as well in the midfield. So it's going to be hard for Lecce this season. On Monday morning, Torino versus Cagliari, the other newly promoted team. Ranieri in against a Torino side that, I gotta be honest, haven't upgraded much. They were able to keep Vlasic. They bought him. He is back. But I see too many holes. And if it wasn't for Juric, guys, I wouldn't like this team at all. And on the other side, there's Cagliari, Ranieri. I love him. I think he's an excellent coach. I think he will save Cagliari this year. But I don't think he wins against Torino in Torino on the first game, on the opener. So a Torino win. And finally, Bologna versus Milan. Bologna versus Milan, a tough game away for the Rossoneri. Bologna was a very tough team last year. They had a tremendous Serie A season. They finished 9th, I believe. Thiago Motta doing an incredible job with not having Arnautovic for half the season. He still did a very good job. So Milan have to find the right balance. I think up front, they have the potential to score a lot of goals, guys. Chukwueze, Pulisic added to obviously Leao and Giroud, plus Okafor as well. The midfield, completely new midfield. We'll see how they play in a real Serie A game. Reinders had a good preseason. Loftus-Cheek had a good preseason, but I cannot believe that we will start the season with Krunic as your starter. That to me is a big no-no. We'll see what happens there. And the big question mark for Milan, guys, is the defense. Very shaky in the preseason, lots of holes. So if they're not careful, Bologna at home could create a surprise and could create some chances for themselves. But guys, I can't go against my team on match day 1. So Milan for the win. I think Leao and I'm going to say Chukwueze will light this one up. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. Write in the comments, guys. Do you like this sort of video, the previews to talk about the games coming up? And obviously, we'll talk about them after the first weekend. We'll do the reaction to the Milan game against Bologna as well. Maybe I'll do another one, maybe the Monza Inter or Genoa Fiorentina. I'll try to get one of those games in. So let me know what you think. Write in the comments, like and subscribe as usual. Road to 1,000 is on, guys. Subscribe to the channel and like it. Have a great soccer day.